Welcome to Beanlandia, a bean museum on Royal Street in New Orleans that's an homage to all things bean and home to the crew of red beans.
So tell me about how this idea started.
Yeah, so this is probably the most unique space in New Orleans. It began as a parade, and 15 years later we were kind of morphing into a community organization, and we're creating a bean museum that's also a cultural center and a crafting center here in New Orleans.
So I'm literally looking at lots and lots of jars of beans.
So there's actually 30,000 types of beans in the world, and we are very slowly collecting as many as possible. There's not too many bean museums out there, and so we want to both educate people about beans, celebrate them, all of the different cuisines and dishes, but also use it as a way to teach about climate change and build community, because turns out people love beans and you can use that as a way to bring people together.
This shared love of beans brings people together each Mardi Gras season as the crew of red beans parades in downtown New Orleans on Lundi Gras in elaborate hand-beaned costumes. Leading up to Lundi Gras, crew members meet for beaning sessions at Beanlandia.
This is actually also a living museum. And we're not just talking about beans and showing beans, but we're also a parade and a parade tradition. So a big feature of our space is the costumes that are created. Here are some photographs of suits from 2 years ago. And every year our crew members make a new costume.
On the day we visited, Red Beans crew member Catherine St. Paul Hill was crafting bean trophies at Beanlandia to give to outstanding volunteers with the organization and the crew's royal court.
What kind of work goes into making these costumes out of beans?
Well, it's a lot. It's a learning process, but we kind of open it up to anybody. It's more about creating community and having fun doing something creative with each other. And you can use raw beans, or sometimes we paint them, as you can see.
So where do all the beans come from that they decorate with, you may ask? They come from the Camellia Brand Bean Company. They're donated.
The crew of Red Beans Parade started in 2009 with a small group of friends, inspired by the parade style of second lines and the crafting of the black masking Indians. During COVID, the crew of Red Beans raised $1 million to feed frontline medical workers and started a sister nonprofit called Feed the Second Line.
With hurricanes, with tornadoes, with COVID, pretty much anything that we could do to connect people with job opportunities and a stronger safety net, that's what we've tried to do. And so the crew has kind of morphed into this mutual aid force. And what I've come to understand is that beans and a bean parade can be a force for good in the community. And that's really the whole purpose of the space, is to further that. And that's a way that we can make our city better, make our community better, and hopefully make more and more people just connected and happy and loving, basically.
Museum by day, cultural center by night, Beanlandia aims to serve as sustainable tourism by raising revenue through the price of admission to fund community projects.